Hey everyone, thank you for the 25,000 plus views on my last video on my Garmin 235 watch. This is a follow-up. I have received so many questions that it deemed necessary. So here are 5 tips and tricks I use to make my watch more efficient, to use it while I'm sleeping, to use it while I'm training, etc, etc. This will make everything a little bit more fun and make it a little bit more accurate. So here we go. So tip 1 is all about using your watch to measure your heart rate. Keep it snug, fellas. Keep it snug. Also you girls. You know, I like to keep my watch loose during the day, but if I'm going out for a run or if I'm going to do exercise and I'm going to get hot and start sweating, I don't want my watch to move, so I can't let this happen. Well, I don't want to. So what I'll do is I'll keep it a little bit tighter, pull it up 1 or sometimes even 2 holes up, and start my exercise with the watch snug on my wrist. Tip number 2 is all about wearing your watch while you sleep. I mean, I could not sleep with my watch on. It was just impossible, but I really wanted to know how the metrics are of my sleep. Eventually what I did is I changed the side of the watch. I just put it on the left wrist instead of the right wrist, and all of a sudden I was able to sleep with it without a problem. Tip number 3 is all about the watch face. Get the right one. I mean, I use 2. I like to have a simple one where I can just tell time and know how many steps I've done. And I also like to use a very complex one where I can look at the whole week, my average steps, etc, etc. This is the one. And just use something you can work with and something you can go out with and something you can do sport with. It's easy as that. For all of you runners, this should be the most important tip. Program at least 1 speed training session into your watch. This is so easy. Go into Garmin Connect, plan a training. I use one. I run a mile, a half mile, a quarter mile, an eighth of a mile, and a 16th of a mile. And I'll have a rest in between. It's so easy to program, and you can benefit from it a whole lot. I mean, I used to run 10K in about 58 minutes. I'm down to 47 right now, so it's helped me a lot. Don't just run and run the long distance and go forever on and on and on. No, do some speed work. It'll do miracles for you, I'm telling you. Tip number 5 goes out to all the lonely runners out there who don't have any friends to compete against with. So you can just program your competition into the watch. I use Race for the Gold. I put 10K, and at first I started with an hour, 58 minutes, then 54, then 52. Right now I'm at 47. I'll try to go down to 35, which I think is possible, but really do it. I mean, that's one way to know if you're getting better or to push yourself a little bit harder. Last but not least, I just want to say I'm not an expert. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This is just my experience. This is what has worked for me. If you don't have the money or the connections to ask a professional, well, listen to someone who has made a little bit of experience. And I'm not telling you anything in detail. I just made a decision to change my eating habits. I became a vegan. I weighed 216 pounds. Now I weigh 165, so that's 51 less for me. So those are my 5 tips on how to wear your Garmin 235. This will also help for your Vivoactive HR and probably also the 735 XT. Whatever watch from Garmin uses a heart rate monitor on your wrist, this will work. So do it. Don't overcomplicate stuff. Simply go outside and never put in question if you're going to go outside. Just ask yourself, how much can I give today? Cheers.